All right, here we go. Wow, how long has it been? Oh, um, I, you may or may not have noticed I put up two videos today, and I think just two, um, finishing up that chipping thing. And I was sitting here cleaning up, and I'm like, you know what? It's not going to be very exciting, but we could do a live while I'm sitting here cleaning up my mess from these experiments that we had before. And maybe I'll get some ideas from you guys on some new experiments. And we'll go from there, huh? So I'm just cleaning up my pastel dust that's everywhere. I'm getting ready to move on to something else. And while we're at it, I figured we'd do a book review and show you what I got. Some of the new toys I got here. Let me turn this down. Got the tornado action going here. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? We're right there. So I picked up something pretty cool. I was at a thrift store somewhere. Where was I? Grand Junction, I think. I think I was at the thrift store in Grand Junction, and I picked up this. And this is a 1951 copy of Omar Bradley's A Soldier's Story. I haven't read it. My guess is it's an autobiography, but I don't know. Um, so it looks pretty interesting. It's got a bunch of D-Day stuff and whatnot, and I mean, it's old. It's an old book, so I'm trying to be careful with it. It does have some photographs. It's 400 pages or something. 600 pages. 615 pages or something like that. So it looks like, let's see here. It goes, preface, okay. Oh, so this is all about, well, the first chapter is Summons to the Normandy Invasion. So it must mainly be to that, I guess. But then it goes overseas, and the next chapter is Tunisia with Patton El Guitar, Commanding General Two Corps, Bizerte, end of the Africa Corps. It goes all the way to the Elbe. So I don't know why it starts at Normandy unless it's just summons to the Normandy invasion. I don't know. Anyway, it looks to be pretty interesting. But that was a good find. $2.50. $2.50 for a book is good. Period. I haven't really added any more books since the last time, other than that one. I have added, um, I have added a few kits, and we could actually look at those if you want. Other than that, I've been plowing away on a few things. So, as you know, we've been working on this for a long time, and I wasn't happy. This is a USS Midway kit. This is from my brother-in-law. He served on a Coral Sea. The Coral Sea never got the third refit. Um, so I modded this deck. I finally just took a hacksaw to it. Not a hacksaw, but I finally just took a saw to it and chopped it up and made it better. I'm not going to say it's perfect, There's still some mistakes in it, but it's a lot closer than it was. Um, I still got to finish the filling and sanding right here. Hey, Bob. Rick. I'll let you slide. That's all right. You can call me anything. Just don't call me late for dinner, right? Oh. So anyway, where was I? So yeah, so what happened? So now what I got to do is I have to fix these decals, um, which brings up a whole nother thing. Um, so anyway, so I need to fix these decals, and um, so I've got them imported into the computer, and I got to straighten some of this stuff out and whatnot. But I got a Cricket. My neighbor across the street, she got a new like wireless Cricket. She got a new computer and a new wireless Cricket. Basically, she's a real big crafter lady, so she does all kinds of cool stuff. But so she had this Cricket. She's like, it's not cutting right, and she got a new one and let me have it basically. And so I brought it home and it sat around for a while, but I finally got around to playing with it, and I started it up. It's all right, Bob. It's no problem. It's Jim, but it's fine. It's no problem. I was just giving you a hard time. Like I said, just don't call me late for dinner. I'm so brain dead that I can go into a restaurant and order a meal, and they could bring me a completely different meal, and as long as it was something that I like, I'd never know the difference. But that's a whole different subject. But anyway, um, so I started this thing up, and it works fine. So um, I so I told her, I'm like, this I can't find anything wrong with this thing. What problem are you having? Because I can't find anything wrong with it. I'm feeling kind of guilty at this point. And oh, excuse me. Make a long story short, I think the bottom line is she just wanted a new one, and so she bought a new one. You know. So anyway, I tested it. It works, but I haven't actually cut any masks or anything with it. Um, but my plan is to cut masks for all these deck markings and stuff. That's my plan. We'll see how that goes. If that goes well, and I can start making masks and stuff, um, that'll be great. And if I get good enough at it that I can do it relatively quickly and inexpensively, um, and I have the time, maybe we'll have some mask sets floating around at some point. I don't know. I don't really know how complicated that's going to be. I'm pretty computer savvy. I was an IT guy. I can get the thing. I've got this in the computer. I've got it imported into the program. I just gotta make some adjustments and whatnot, and then I gotta figure out how to get it into the Cricut and get it cut. That's really the big issue there. So I'm learning, but it's probably gonna take a while. Um, so what else? I I've been trying to organize here some stuff, bits and pieces of figures and stuff, and I've been trying to put them in different things. Oh, look at that, an old Pack 40. Just bits and pieces of other things. So I'm just gonna put these over here. Um, so what have I acquired? Um, this whole pile right here, basically. And there's another one that I'll reveal on Wednesday. That's a special thing. So I got somehow I got hooked on F-15s in the last few weeks, and I got this. Come on, little fan. I need some air moving here. Hey, sorry. Anyway. Um, and so I saw this on eBay for a pretty good deal. So I got it. It's still sealed. Um, this is a really good kit if you're not familiar with it. The only real issue with it is it doesn't have any weapons. And I don't know whether, Revell was taking lessons from Hasegawa at the time or what. But, and then I picked up an old Monogram A10 and, um, and then Squadron, thanks a lot Squadron, had a sale on Hobby Boss kits. And, typically their pricing isn't usually that great. But when you take the sale price, the regular sale price, and then you took the discount, it got pretty good. And I'm kind of a sucker for towed artillery. So this is what caught my eye was this M3A1 M3A1 scout car with the 122 millimeter gun. So that was that's what they sucked me in with. And I forget what this was. It was like $30 or something. It was not bad. It was cheap enough that I kept looking at it and going, is that actually really got the car and the gun in it, both? And it did. I also got the T-29, which never went into production. I think they only built the one. And it was just, it's big. I mean, it's not mouse big, but it's big. The only problem with this thing, I think it said it had like 1,000 parts. And if I would have paid attention, I probably wouldn't have bought it. It's got like 6 pieces per track link or something. And then a Pershing. This is actually Korean War era Pershing. And I don't know what I'd have to do to backdate it, but I'm okay with doing it Korean War. It's all good. I can do it that way. So that's what I picked up. I'm not sure we're going to get to any of those soon. Well, we're probably not. Just flat out not going to happen because I have these other things to deal with. Mainly this aircraft carrier. But yeah, so I've got an there's going to be an upcoming special series with another YouTuber that's going to start on Wednesday. So I'll be doing a release video then. I'll post that up Wednesday. I was supposed to get that done today, get the video done and scheduled, but we've had really high winds the last 2 days, and the power's gone out on me like 5 times today. And of course, it always goes down on you when you're processing a video. So I think I had to process one video 2 times because I got blown up on me both times. But which was kind of aggravating, but it is what it is. But and it looks like we're going to do a little more renovating in here. I'm thinking there might be a wall going in here, a whole green wall and whatnot, but we'll see. You probably noticed the headset. I got this about 3 weeks ago. I really like it. It blocks everybody else out, and then I have this nice mic that works pretty good. and it's wireless, so I can get up and walk around and talk. Um, Pretty happy with that. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at in the shop. If you know what's going on, we're getting this done. And then we're going to go to the B29. That's going to be a big project. You should try the B29. It's a blast. Funny you should mention that. I think I showed you guys this before, but I will show you again. Um, yeah, once the Coral C's out of my hair, I started this B29 like 5 years ago. And it's the Monogram B29, and it has the complete Edward PE set, the Big Ed PE set. So the cockpit's almost done. I've got a few things left to do there, but that's a good part of it there. The bottom there. I need to fix there's something on here. It's right here. There's a little bit of excess glue that I need to fix. The big problem I have in here is I need to figure out a way to do all those all the levers at the engineer's station. They give you levers, and you're supposed to put them in from behind. I could still get in there, but I didn't put them in there because I didn't like them because they were so flat. But then when I started looking at it, I'm like, my first thought was like, just get some push pins or something and put those in there. Well, I never found anything that was small enough that would work. Uh, so I don't know. That I need to kind of deal with there. But that's the cockpit. Here's the gunner's station with the bunks that you can't see. So you built this, Bob? This and the C-47 kit has the lavatory in it, but you can't see it because it's behind a bulkhead in an enclosed part of the fuselage. And so it's like, why did they put that in there? And it's the same thing with these bunks. Is they're behind. Which one is it? Is it this one? Hang on, let me see. Yeah. So they're behind this bulkhead like this. And this is all enclosed. There's no windows back here. There's no way to see that. Whatever, Monogram. You guys know what you're doing. um, and there's just some other bits and pieces in here. Some of the pressure doors. You're working on it now. Yeah, I'm trying to get this aircraft carrier out of my hair so I can get back on this. And like I said, it's been sitting for 5 years. I want to really get back to it. Um, Fuselage halves. Um, I haven't really done a whole lot in here. There's a little bit of PE. There's a couple of pieces back here, and man, look at there's cobwebs on this thing. 2 bunk beds, yeah, that you can't see. But the PE skins in the cockpit area. Are you just building it out of the box? I'm late was painting. Oh, Jeff, what are we going to do? 3 lashes with a wet noodle. Are the thing that I need to figure out on this is what I'm going to do for the guns. I wanted to do it as a recon, a Cold War recon version. And I found a picture of the camera layout, the window layout on the bottom here. Actually, the cameras were back where the beds were. But I can't. there's no pictures of the camera area or whatnot, so I don't know. I never really figured out a good way to do that. So, yeah, I'm not sure where to go with that, but it's once you get all that PE, it turns into a big job. And honestly, I started this. The whole point of starting this was I want to do this because people were freaking out. Um, about PE, and some people still do. I think it's more accepted now, but um, so anyway, my whole intent with this build was to say, hey, look, this stuff isn't that hard. Anybody can do this. It'll drive you crazy, but you can do it. But I think this is the gun sight for the tail turret, if I remember. Um, but yeah, so really, I just got to finish the cockpit up, do the paint, and then put the consoles, the instrument, put the consoles. Here's all the parts for the consoles right here, and the foot pedals and all that. And then there's a whole bunch of PE for the outside of it too. You and Keybird? Okay, cool. Um, that's the one that burned, right? Is that the one that they tried to pull out of the Arctic or whatever and it burned? Am I right? Um, so, yeah, so that's definitely coming up. I want to get it done. Um, I would like to take it to Las Vegas next year. I'm probably not going to make it to Texas, but Las Vegas is only 8 hours by car. It's really not that bad of a drive, so I will definitely, unless some crazy thing happens, I'll be in Las Vegas and at the Nats in Las Vegas in 2021. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. That'll be coming up, and then I don't know. I went digging through my stash and I found all these car kits. So I have all these car kits and like, whoa, why do I have all these car kits? Oh, that's right, because I got them cheap. So anyway, um, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, okay. Um, with that, I don't know if you guys saw the panel line wash video and the two um, winter whitewash videos. Oh yeah, cool. That'd be great. I would like to see pics. And they so the two whitewash videos and the panel line wash video, I think those were all. I hope those were helpful. The panel line wash one was helpful actually for me too, because I was kind of like, wow, I didn't really. The future thing kind of surprised me, and I'll tell you what. Most of you guys know I've always been pro future. That it's fine, it works fine. Um, all the naysayers, yeah, whatever. Um, but after that experiment, I'm really. It still has its uses, but I'm gonna back off of it as far as using it for a gloss coat, because it's hairspray. Yeah, I did the hairspray video and I did the pastel video. I just posted them both today. Um, but the panel line one was very interesting. And the whole thing with the future is it worked fine, but it seems to have filled in the panel lines, which kind of makes sense if you think about it because it's self-leveling. Um, but yeah, So the Tamiya X22 was the winner of the day on that with the Tamiya panel liner stuff. But the whole point of it really was, and with this hairspray thing now, and it was that, as I said in the video, you really have to pay attention to your paint chemistry and what you're doing, and what you're putting on top of what, and what you're trying to, what you're going to try and do for effects, and if your effects are going to wear through the paint layer underneath of them, and there's all this stuff you got to think about. And what, as I said in the video, and I've probably said before, is, I realize it's really easy to get sucked into all this new stuff. Um, but really what you need to do, or what's not need to do, but what's most productive, is to find a process that works for you and just stick with it. If there's no reason to change something that you're doing, why change it? Don't get dragged down that road of, oh, this is better. Okay, well, why is it better? Is it really better? You know what I'm saying? Because it just ends up costing you money and frustration, especially if you've already got a process that works. Why change it? You know, there's too many kits to build to be changing processes all the time. um, so it kind of got me thinking. Um, when I did the mud on the Hetzer, you went and got some X22, never used it before. I'll tell you, I've never been a fan of acrylic clears. I love Tamiya paint, always have, but I've never been a fan of acrylic clears. But those work pretty good. The first time I used XF86, the flat, I was kind of like, I was really expecting it to frost, and it didn't. And I was kind of shocked. um, but the X22, the gloss, it works fine. It works great. And if you're putting it over acrylics, it's no issue. If you're putting it over enamel, you're probably going to want to wait a while so the enamel actually gases off. But I was going to grab this stuff here. So if you saw on the Hetzer, I did the mud effect on it and whatnot. So that little jar of European mud, it's like $5. Well, I got this for like 40% off, so this was like $12. And it's like 16 ounces, and that other jar is a half an ounce. And I honestly, see if I can get it open. I'm falling apart. I gotta have this other shoulder fixed. I got a carpal tunnel I gotta have fixed. Anyway, this modeling paste, I think this is the same stuff. It just put color in it and put it on. I did put some on this card here. Oh, I cross-threaded the lid. Did I? No, I guess I didn't. Because I thought, wow, that might actually look like snow. And it kind of does. But I think I can put pigment and some paint in it to color it, and it will make good mud stuff. And now I got it all over my hands. But I don't know yet. But I will let you guys know once I do know. Right? So that's kind of it. I mean, there's nothing spectacular going on right now. I'm kind of buried in outdoor chores, and that's taken up way too much of my time. I've actually decided, I was just talking to the wife, I was like, okay, I'm going to hire somebody to finish the rest of this. I'm not dealing with it. It's killing me. But and then I can work on, finishing this up and getting some of this stuff out of here. I've out accumulated my space. You know how that is? I do that quite easily sometimes. What else we got? I haven't done anything on the 104, the monogram 104. Um, I can show you a sneak peek of the buddy build I'm doing with the other YouTuber. You want to see it? Here it is. I hope there was no. Okay, it is. It's a brown. I was like, wow. I hope that wasn't like a trumpeter box or something that actually has artwork on the back. I'm becoming a Vallejo fan. I like the Model Air. I haven't. Well, actually, I do have some of the regular brush, the brush ones, and I like the way it brushes too. The only thing I don't like about it is it's pretty delicate, especially if you don't put a primer over it. So what I do is I try and get a clear coat on it as fast as I can. So I prime, put the Vallejo on it, and then put the clear coat on it. But yeah, great sneak peek. Thanks. um, so yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I like the Vallejo. I'm dying to try the AK Real Colors. I need to get some of those. My suspicion is they're Tamiya, but with a much greater um, color range. And I don't have an issue mixing paint, but if I can get a Tamiya-like paint in without having to mix it in the colors that I need, I'm gonna be a happy person. I don't know about anybody else, but I'll be a happy person. Um, I have zero qualms about shooting Tamiya onto bare plastic. Zero qualms about it. It stays on, at least enough for me to get through the process. Like I said, the Vallejo, I got to prime it and I got to put a clear coat on it. Otherwise, I'm going to scrape it off. Just doing what I do. Um, so, AK Real Colors are nice. I cannot figure out what the chemistry is. It does not smell like oh, really? It's got a unique smell. It doesn't smell like Tamiya. I haven't seen the stuff at all. My local hobby shop that's 60 miles away. Um, I don't think they have it. They have about everything else. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna order some once I get to. I just picked up the Airfix Hurricane, um, the tropical hurricane kit, and the hurricane airplane, not the tropical hurricane that like wipes out Florida. But you guys knew that. And I was thinking about getting a set, the box set or whatever for that. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. I've got um, that's down the road. That's down the road. I really got to get booking on this. If I can get these decals fixed, this aircraft carrier it's all in sub-assemblies. It's all pretty much done. And it's like a couple of colors. So it's not a big deal. But that's about it. I'm trying new software and stuff and whatnot. Here I'll tell you a story. So I went to install some software packages on my computer Saturday. I run Linux. I'm a Linux guy. So, um, but there was some kind of dependency that it needed, and I couldn't resolve it, and I was doing all this troubleshooting and whatnot, and I finally am like, I searched all over the place, did the whole Google thing. I can't find anything. And it's some system level thing. So all right. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna back up my home directory and I'm just gonna blow this thing away and reload it. It hasn't been reloaded in a long time anyway. So I do that, blah blah blah. I get it reloaded. It's a fresh install. I go to load the software package that I was going to load on a brand new install, and it throws me the same error. So at this point, I'm not real happy. So, um, long story short, I find out that some just minute I did some more searching, and just by chance I found some minuscule guy's blog page or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, you just need these two files. Here's the download links. Really? So I didn't have to blow my computer away and reinstall everything or whatever if I'd have found this guy's site before and got these two little links. I got them saved now, and I'm going to do a whole thing on it so that nobody else has to go through all of that stuff. But anyway, the point is well, there really was no point other than what I was trying to get running was World of Tanks. I'm not a big gamer, but that's one that I've enjoyed for a while, and I haven't played in quite a long time. And I was like, that might be fun to play. And it led me down the, yeah, right. And it led me down this path of, trying to get it installed, and then I get frustrated and reload the whole system, and you know, I was an IT guy in my former life, so I've had PCs forever. You can imagine how much stuff I have on hard drives. So me having to reload a system is a major ordeal. And I still haven't got it all put back together. But anyway, so, and I still haven't got it working. But so all that to say, I kind of got back into the World of Tanks thing. So we're probably going to see some armor. Not probably. We're definitely going to see some armor sometime soon. That's always fun stuff. And, well, I guess we just saw the Hetzer, didn't we? We're going to see more armor. We're going to see more armor. But, yeah. So that's all I got. I'm just sitting here chit-chatting. I'm going to call it a night. Go see if the mosquitoes are out. If they're not, I'm going to go sit outside in a cool air. And maybe I'll have a little bit of scotch. How's that sound? All right, guys. Well, I hope it was fun. Good seeing y'all. Have a good rest of your evening. And look for that video on Wednesday, okay? All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.